What's good, guys? It's your boy DeMarcus J, and I'm back with another video. And today we will be talking about the NBA Finals. The NBA Finals consist of the Denver Nuggets, who are the number 1 seed coming out of the Western Conference, and the Miami Heat, who are the number 8 seed coming out of the East. Game 1 of the NBA Finals is tonight, and I'm going to give you my opinion on who I think wins the NBA championship and who takes home the Finals MVP. First, let's talk about the Miami Heat, who beat my preseason championship winner in the Boston Celtics in the Game 7 at the Boston Garden. I uploaded a video prior to that Game 7 where I said I think Miami could win that Game 7 and make it to the NBA championship, which of course they did. I think people have just started realizing that the Miami Heat culture is legit. They have a great coach in Erik Spoelstra, and they have a great leader in Jimmy Butler, who has really bought into the system, and you can tell. Jimmy Butler has also been one of the greatest postseason performers that we have ever seen. He is fully capable of willing his team to a win. However, he is only one man, and I think for the Heat to have a chance of winning this series, they would need another player averaging well above 20. Bam has been great defensively, but he has been very inconsistent on the offensive end due to the fact of him being the interior force on the defensive end, having to just exert so much energy on that end. I don't think that changes this series. I think they will need him to try to contain Jokic one-on-one so they don't have to double him. So I do think that will take a toll on Bam's offense again in this series. So I think they're going to need someone else other than Jimmy is going to have to show up for them to have a chance of winning this series. The Heat are also expecting Tyler Herro later in the series. But after missing so much time, I don't really expect him to be a factor. Guys like Gabe Vincent and Caleb Martin have been great, and I hope to see them continue their level of play as this series kicks off. I just don't think on a nightly basis the Heat will ever have 3 of the top 5 players on the court. And I just cannot see them winning the series without that happening and happening consistently. As a basketball fan, I would love to see the Heat make history, and as a big fan of Jimmy, I would love to see him get his first ring. But I think they have finally ran into a wall that they would not be able to bust through, and they might be in trouble here. Saying this, I think we have all learned our lesson from counting the Heat out. They thrive when being counted out, so I guess we will have to wait and see. The Denver Nuggets are huge favorites entering this series, and deservedly so. They have been the best team this postseason and throughout the regular season. The Denver Nuggets are the number 1 seed that no one has talked about or watched. You even have media members saying that they were not interesting. They weren't an interesting team to cover. They weren't an interesting team to watch. And you could tell by the comments of players like Jamal Murray and their coach Mike Malone that they took this personally. They have Nikola Jokic, who is arguably the best player in the NBA and is my pick for taking home the Finals MVP trophy. I think Jokic has gotten a lot of criticism unfairly for the postseason play over the last 2 seasons, where they got swept by the Phoenix Suns in 2021 in the second round. Then last postseason, they lost in 5 to the Golden State Warriors. However, this was due to injuries. This Nuggets team has not had a healthy playoff run since the NBA bubble, where they made the Western Conference Finals and lost to LeBron and the eventual champions in the Los Angeles Lakers. Denver has the most consistent team in the regular season, with Jokic a 2-time MVP, and honestly arguably had a case to three-peat as MVP. I think we all know if he wanted to, he would have. But I think we all could see and agree that the latter part of the season, he was not as motivated, as his team had locked up a playoff spot pretty early, and you could tell the team was ready to make this run. I also feel like Jokic would much rather have a finals MVP than a regular season MVP. I think most players would. So that being said, my official pick for the series is Nuggets in 5. I honestly don't see the Heat having enough firepower to stop Denver. I think the Heat are a great defensive team, but the Nuggets have too many weapons, and you cannot really double anyone on the Nuggets in their starting lineup without leaving a great shooter open. KCP has been amazing. Michael Porter has also been doing his thing. And of course, Jamal Murray looks like he cannot be stopped in the postseason at times. I believe the biggest key factor is going to be Aaron Gordon. Due to his versatility, I think he would be guarding Jimmy Butler as his primary defender, as he has guarded both LeBron and KD in the previous 2 rounds and has did great considering their talent. If Gordon can play Jimmy Butler tight and then drop an additional 12 to 15 points in on the offensive end as well, I just think this team is too talented, and I think Miami is going to eventually run out of gas. Denver has been off since last Monday, so they have not played a game in over a week. So I could see a world where we see Miami come in and steal game 1. But I don't think that will be the case. I think Denver stays perfect at home, and I think they split the games in Miami, winning one of games 3 or 4. This series is going to do wonders for Jokic and his legacy, and I can honestly see the Nuggets being the Spurs of this generation. Not saying they will be as successful, but they have built a perfect team that fits together and they show up every year in the playoffs. They will never be the most exciting or flashy team, but they are one of the most fundamentally sound teams in the league and have the best center in the league, who runs the offense, which has been efficient all season long, bearing any injuries of course. I think the Nuggets win this series pretty easily, and I think we are going to be seeing the beginning of a team that can dominate in a loaded West for years to come. Let me know who you guys have winning the series and in how many games in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. It is greatly appreciated. Other than that, guys, be safe and see you guys next time.